So how is the run of the tour so far? You started in Scandinavia.
It's been really good. We've done, I think we're now up to about 15 shows and it's working. It's but you feel like, as far as when you play concerts at this time of the year, it's like tap dancing blindfolded in a minefield. It's like you keep on meeting people in the coffin, and I've got a bit of a virus at the moment, but it's nothing dangerous.
Yeah.
I think it's, when you tour at this time of year, you've got to be really careful, which is why I'm not drinking my own urine. This is Barocca's. B12s and Bs and Cs and D3s and more B12s and stuff, so you're just continually keeping your immune system up. So it's good. My voice is sounding really good. The big difference is vaping, not smoking.
So it's better you stopped smoking now you've got an electric cigarette.
I stopped smoking in about 10 months ago. But it's made a big difference.
Yeah.
But the gigs are great, voice is sounding good, the keys are good, and the new material's sitting really well in the set.
That was my question. It's an EP that you have got released, A Parley with Angels, 3 new songs. I heard on the internet and your YouTube channel. Great songs. Are the fans familiar with the new material?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of changed, because the whole music business has changed. Back in the 1980s, when you put an album out, the tour was to promote the album. Now the album promotes the tour. And when we started writing Weltschmerz, it wasn't really until the beginning of 18. 2017 was a year that went missing for me. I had big surgical operations on my shoulder and my back and things. And excuse me, and I wasn't really kind of focused on writing. So when we started writing at the beginning of this year, we had some very long songs that were coming into play, and I realised that this is going to be my last album. I want this to be my last one. I feel that I've gone as far as I can with music. And this is the last gush.
Yeah.
So when we started writing and we had these big songs, because I just thought, I'll just write what we want to write, And like Waverley Steps, for example, that's on the Parley with Angels album, is about 14 minutes long.
Yeah.
And there's at least 3 of those songs that length. Mm-hmm. And I can't put an album out with just four long songs on it.
No, of course.
And so that was when we decided, okay, it's a double album. And then I realised that there's no way we were going to get a double album written and recorded before the tour. No way. And in July last year, or July this year, I should say, a friend of mine introduced me to the wonderful world of streaming and digital download. And I thought, well, maybe this is the way forward. Let's take a different approach to releasing the album. Mm-hmm. And we were going to play new material, at least 35 minutes to 40 minutes of new material. And I didn't want to go out on the tour with people not having heard it, because you would end up with huge holes where people are going like, what is this? So we went, okay, let's use the new options that we've got. Mm-hmm. So that was when we went, okay, let's go Parley with Angels. So let's put them up for streaming, so people, and digital download, so people can hear them, we can buy them in digital download, and put a physical CD out for the people that like physical work. And I had songs, because we were playing Weltschmerz material, the material we were playing on the other tour in December, we had that, so we thought we'll put that out. So that gave us an EP that's 55 minutes long, I think it is. It's basically an album. So we thought, let's put a cheap disc out and then work it from there. And so we recorded that material plus other material in the summer. And then we go back in January, February, March and record the rest of the album that we're continually writing. So
it will be a double CD.
It's a double CD.
Album, yes. So you started, I guess, 4 years ago. We spoke 4 years ago, and you were in the beginning. And
but the thing was, in 2016, my father died in 2016, and it really took me out. It was about 6 months. I woke up in the garden, and I was going like, where did the 6 months gone? And like I said, then other things happened in my life, so it was that's why everything got put back.
Of course, and Could you tell how these very cool aspects, the death of your father and your operation, and did it influence the working process, not just the working or the lyrics?
Yeah, it made me very introspective, and you know, when I came off the Misplaced tour, and it was like 3 weeks later my father died. I knew he was ill. I knew he was going. But like I said, you know, it made me rethink, and it made me think a lot about where I was in my life again, you know. And like I said, then I had a back operation, then I had a shoulder operation, then I had other illnesses and things. And I couldn't write, I couldn't get my head around writing. But I was thinking, you know, I was thinking. And I think that's influenced the songs a lot. And you know, with Weltschmerz, you know, I didn't want to write about corporations and big money and, you know, politics and things. And I wanted to write about people, and that's where, you know, like songs like, you know, Little Man What Now, Waverley Steps, and Man with a Stick, you know, they're very autobiographical, you know. So.
Okay. And did you plan this album with a concept when you started, a musical and a lyrical concept, or did it?
Yeah, I mean, and as far as I said, you know, it's like Pain of the World, and it was writing about, you know, I'm very aware of, you know, how difficult it is at this moment in time for a lot of people, and I think, you know, when you get older it becomes even more difficult.
Of course.
And you know, I think when you're dealing with the big politics that are going on and feeling helpless, I mean, you know, that was very much Little Man What Now, which was inspired by the Hans Fallada book, and it was you know, it's about people struggling with their lives in different ways.
Okay.
But it's a whole section. There's a whole series of different topics, but are all related, and as far as they're important topics in our lives today.
Because on one song, Little Man What Now is related to Hans Fallada, a German author. So do you read many books for your books and literature for your lyrics?
No, I don't read a lot of books, but you know, I picked up on Hans Fallada. I don't know, it's Hans Fallada, right? It's Fallada. It's I just like his style of writing. You know, it was 1930s Germany, and the subject matters, you know, I think they resonate with me. So.
And when will Weltschmerz be released? When do you think?
When it's ready.
It's ready.
When it's ready.
Okay, when it's ready, of course. It's not, but in 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Well, the target is to release it in May. But if it goes back, it goes back. You know.
Of course, no pressure. Just when it's finished, it's a good decision. And
but the idea, the target is May. We should be able to get that. We finished the tours in December, and then we've got January, February, March. You know, to really get into it. And we've got a lot of other material sitting there. Some of it's been recorded, it's all in progress. You know.
I guess it's still your own label. You don't need any other company anymore, so you can do what you like. You can promote it the way you like. So is it better, or
I like it like that. You know, I was working with Warner Brothers on the Clutch at Straws remaster, and I hated it. You know, working with big corporations, and you know, it's just you know, no. You know, it's art. You know, it's not a sausage.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, and you're performing Clutching at Straws live at the moment on this tour, so it's a whole concept. So it's a different kind of life experience.
It's interesting to see how. It's interesting. I said years ago that the Weltschmerz album is a kindred spirit to Clutching, and it's interesting to see how well the new Weltschmerz material sits in the live set against the Clutching material. It sounds like the brothers, you know.
It's related.
Yeah, there's a darkness to Clutching and a darkness to Weltschmerz that's similar, you know. I think it works well. You know, and as I said years ago that, you know, that I felt that, you know, the Weltschmerz material would move in a direction, and it's interesting because when Steve Vancis and I started writing, we just went, whatever it takes to make the story come through.
Yeah.
And I'm writing in very much a similar way to how we wrote in the early 80s when, we weren't writing for anybody, we were writing for ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's why you've got a song like Waverley Steps. They're like little operas.
Yeah. So this would be one of my next question. How hard is it to bring old material and new material together? But you have explained it. There's a good relation, but isn't it hard to put out other great material from your own solo works, or is it hard to find the right set list? Because you have
because I decided that in the same way, it's like that was the last time I was going to play Misplaced Childhood as a whole album. And in the same way as this is the last time I'm playing Clutching at Straws. And then next year the idea is to play the Vigil album as a whole album, along with Weltschmerz. And then the two after that will be the last two. So the last two will be, 2019 will be Vigil Weltschmerz, it'll go into 220. And then the final tour will be at the end of 220 going into 221. And then that's it.
Okay, it's good, or I don't know, for the fans it's not good, maybe for you it's good, but...
Yeah, for me it's good, and I've got to make decisions for me, not for fans.
Of course.
I'm 60 years old now, and I slept on a tour bus last night.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have a double bed on that tour bus, but it's still sleeping on a fucking tour bus.
Yeah.
And, we're not playing to thousands of people, so it's like, there's a point where you've just got to go, well, I'm still enjoying, playing live at the moment. But maybe in 2 years it might be different.
No, it's good, of course. It's a good decision, and maybe it's, I guess, the right decision if you find out.
It's my decision.
Yes, of course. And you played. I guess labeling is always bad, but you're making prog rock, art rock, however you will call it. But you played in Wacken this summer, so it's a heavy metal festival.
Yeah, but when I was in Marillion, we played Donington, which was a big heavy rock festival. It's music.
Did they accept you, or how were the reactions?
It was a good reaction at Wacken. I think some people objected to me talking too much, but that's what I do.
It's very interesting to play on this kind of festival, and
I enjoyed the Wacken gig. It was good.
Yeah.
And it's you're very aware that you're going up against an audience, or going out in front of an audience. It's not your audience, which is good. Maybe some people at Wacken, discovered me for the first time, and I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's of course, and I'm not quite sure, but you haven't played in the United States for a long time.
We can't afford to play in the United States. It doesn't make financial sense.
So of course, you haven't so much fans there, or how would you see it?
It costs a fortune to play the States.
Yeah.
Never mind the flights, but it's the visas and the bureaucratic setup of, having to get an American company, having to get sponsors, having to get this, that. I mean, I got offered something like $135,000 for 13 shows, which is, Europe, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
But I couldn't make sense of it. The last tour I went out and played in America, I lost $30,000. And I can't go out, these aren't career moves, It's not a career move for me to go to the States. I'm going there, if I'm going there and I'm going to play, I'm going to make, you've got to make money when you play the States. And, and as much as, you go on Facebook, you get 3 guys from Philadelphia going like, why don't you come to America? So great, the 3 guys in Philadelphia, find, another 1,000,
of course.
And that's it. That's the problem. It's the same everywhere. It's just because one guy on Facebook goes like, why don't you play, my city? It's like we need more people.
So of course it's not.
Yeah, and I don't have a major record company. I don't have major support, major promotional support. You'd be very dependent on fans and local promoters, and I cannot take that risk.
Of course, it's clear. Of course.
I nearly lost my house in 2000 because of a lot of that money was lost through touring. Taking gambles. And it's like nowadays it's like there's no point in taking risks because it's not a career move.
Okay.
It's not. you know, but going in and, you know, I mean, even Italy now, it's like, you know, it's hard even to make Italian shows work. And at the moment, there are no Italian shows because there's not enough money there to support a tour bus and 11 people between the crew and the band. You know, we can't do it any cheaper than this. You know, and I'm 60-year-old. What's the point?
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
You know, I'm not going to go down there and play a show that's immediately going to sell, you know, 10,000 albums. That isn't going to happen. You know, so you know, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. And you know, I mean, even tonight, I mean, you know, we've got good numbers tonight, but I mean, you know, we'll make money on the show tonight. But I mean, you know, there's other countries like Spain, like Italy, that are not supplying. There's not the number of fans down there that support it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the fans in Italy and Spain, right? You know, they really want to see a show. Get on a plane, right? It's going to cost you, you know, 100 euros, 120 euros to get a cheap airline up to come up to get, you know, get a hotel. Whereas it's going to cost me a couple of €1,000 to go down there to play.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's clear.
It's just logical. I mean, it's the reality of it.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
You know. As I said back in the day, you know, you did tours to support albums, but the album supports the tour. So if the tour doesn't work, then how's the album going to work?
Of course, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
It was my idea because, yeah, okay. And you mentioned it before in the beginning. I read on the internet that you had voice problems with your voice 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But this is finished, solved this problem, or do you have?
I've always got to look after my voice. I prefer not to do interviews, you know. But yeah, I had 2 operations and they were successful. And we sing in keys. I mean, the keys that we sing clutching are a lot lower, you know. Mm-hmm. And you know, touch wood, you know, I've not any problems. And the way we write Weltschmerz, you know, I sing lower now.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
which is great, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, the problem is, that's not the problem. It's not a case of reaching for notes. It's the problem when you're out on the road. Mm-hmm. Is physically you're opened up to all sorts of shit. Yeah. You know, like, you know, it's like, you know, for example, I don't do signings after shows because, you know, there's nothing worse than somebody coming up wanting a selfie and he's got his arm in it, he's coughing in your face and you go like, oh,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know, this is one day. There's another 39.
Okay, I understand, of course. And will this tour be presented with a live album because you did it on the Misplaced Child?
Yeah, we'll put a live thing together for this one.
From this tour there will be a live album as well. And yes, and like 4 years ago you have spoken that you want to go to Germany after your musical career, live in Baden-Württemberg. But you changed, you still live in Scotland, I saw.
I got married. Yeah. I married, my wife Simone is from Karlsruhe.
Yeah.
And we didn't know whether we were going to live in Germany or whether we were going to live in Scotland. And it was a case of when we sat down with a bit of paper and wrote all the pluses and negatives, it was, it came to Scotland. And we're there at the moment, and you know, that's where we are. We couldn't afford to move to Germany. It was like, you know, we had a garden, we had everything we needed across there.
I saw it on the internet, you have got a greenhouse or some kind like that. Have your own cabbage company, so, or not company, your own cabbage.
Yeah, we've got our own garden. I mean, we grow most of the things we eat.
Yeah,
you know,
it's very
which is great.
Healthy, yeah.
You know, I don't have a rich lifestyle. You know, I mean, I've just bought a new car on lease. You know, because my other one was 14 years old, you know. But it's, you know, and that's why, you know, we don't live the life of, live a life of luxury. We've got a nice life, it's a good life. But, you know, after Brexit, I mean, God knows what happens. If Scotland gets independence, you know, in a second referendum, then fantastic. Yeah. But if we don't, then there could be the possibility that, you know, we might move out and move back to Germany. I'm applying. I intend to apply for German citizenship. My wife we're going for dual citizenship on both of us. You know, I don't like what's happening in Britain at the moment. I really don't like it. You know, I think it's the biggest, most stupid mistake we've ever made with Brexit. You know.
Okay. And what are your plans for the time after your musical career? Writing books, literature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess that's a good decision. Okay, Fish, thank you very much for this nice interview.
Thank you.
Great success.